channel. Hi, this is JB Bryan, President and Chief Investment Officer of JB Bryan Financial Group, the home of AfroEconomics. And I'm here with the sisters tonight celebrating, recognizing our second week of Women and Wealth. Yes, that's how we get down. And tonight we're talking about our careers, maximizing our income. And I just have some key points. I don't know, maybe about 5. So I'm depending on you all to ask questions or put your comments because I'll make it real fast, but real powerful, I hope. This is about financial empowerment for our sisters. AfroEconomics presents Women in Wealth. These 3 weeks. Last week was our first week, then this week. Next week will be our final week about women and wealth. And of course, we do our Wednesday nights. The power continues. So here's a tip. Now, this discussion is specifically about us getting everything that we deserve out of the effort that we put into the workplace. We're working all the time. We're getting the educations. We're the most probably educated group on the planet, Black women. We have all of these degrees, multiple degrees, many of you, but you're still not making the money that you deserve. And the saddest part about it is that we say that it's okay. I could do a survey of everybody that's participating at this moment. And if I said, are you making the money that you want? She would say, no, but the but has got to go. No, but. Seriously? No, but? Well, really? No, but? You can say no and I'm working on getting a raise, but no, but I enjoy what I'm doing, as if you can't enjoy what you're doing and make good money. No, we're always going to have the challenge of that women are discriminated in wage discrimination, and it's the wage discriminations between the genders is even more dramatic when it comes to us. And that's why entrepreneurship is a major principle of AfroEconomics. That's why the AfroEconomics lifestyle is so important for all of us, especially you, because we have to start thinking of ourselves as an enterprise, as a business. And the fact that you don't maximize your income potential is a travesty, it's a discredit, it's harming the Black family. The fact that we are not maximizing our full potential, that we're not focused on the betterment and the enhancement of us as Black females professionally. The easy part is getting the degree. That's the easy part. But I'm talking about, what do we do after that? It's easy. So one time somebody was telling me, about this test they had to take at work and how hard it was. And I said, that's easy. Taking the test for work, getting the degree for work, getting the training for work, getting the certification for work, that's easy. You can hide behind all of those things so that you can feel good about yourself, but still not be able to pay your bills and have poor credit, and realize the fact that Essence Magazine said that the average net worth of a Black woman is $100. The net worth, meaning our assets minus our liabilities, $100. For the fact of that to be printed in this lifetime is a travesty. So I don't understand how this isn't the most watched, the most sought after discussion. There's nothing else that anybody could be doing. The people that are watching me right now that I can see that are logged in on this webinar already are wealthy women. They already have money. The women that need to be watching this right now did not take the time out for it, because generally they think, it's so bad, I don't even need to worry about that. I can't even think about that right now because it's so jacked up. That's sad. That's the reason that you have to take advantage of, at minimum, the absolutely free membership of AfroEconomics, so that you're in a setting of people or a discussion that are constantly talking about your growth, your advancement. I didn't have anything like this. I had to create this so that we can have this. And then when I'm dead and gone, everybody's going to talk about how that was so good for us. But still, I should be bombarded with people taking advantage of the free membership so that they can at least get into the free membership class. They can at least get into the events free, that they at least get discounts on stuff that they purchase to grow themselves. Free? Amazing. So here are my suggestions. In order for us to maximize our careers and maximize our income and maximize that education that we spent so much money on, first thing we have to do is plan our career. Now, you put so much effort in, like last year I went on this vacation, or I wouldn't say vacation because I worked while I was there, but I was in Jamaica. And I looked around and I saw all of these people that looked like me doing randomness. And then as it got later into the week, they were talking about how they didn't want to go back to work, how they hated their jobs, they didn't like what they were doing, you know, and most of them looked unhappy. They didn't look healthy. They were drinking too much. They were eating the wrong foods. They were just, you know, a really bad looking situation, but they were in bliss because they were drunk. It was just an environment where you could just drink all that you want to drink, you know, and a lot of people think that because that's some sort of escape from this horrible job that they had that they didn't want to have to go back to, where they were being underpaid, and you could obviously tell they were just unhappy unless they were in this intoxicated state of having to be way away from that job. Now, the key to not being in that situation so that you can vacation and truly vacation and enjoy yourself and be looking forward to going back to work is to plan your career. Now, if they're sitting there on their vacation talking about how horrible their job is, they obviously haven't planned their career, because you're not a victim of your job. Your job is actually your choice. You actually applied for it. You know, you actually asked for that opportunity. Now, some of you have been given the opportunity, and that is more of why you don't appreciate it. But if you have dreams, you have to plan for them. You have to take advantage of the opportunity to plan for them while you are getting educated. I don't believe that we should just do this random education or choose this random major that absolutely has no career opportunities for you down the road. I feel that if that's what you're doing, there has to be a less expensive way to do that. Like if you want to study in something that's not going to lead to a higher income just because you got that degree, then why not just go to the library every day and work and save that college tuition? And it's because we've been told that we're supposed to go to college, but we haven't been told that we're supposed to be productive servants of this society, that God put us here to be as productive as we can possibly be on that planet. I believe that if we felt that we had a responsibility to serve more people and to serve them well in whatever it is that we're put here to do, then we would make more money and the whole world would be a better place. And women would be farther along in our careers, not just in our educations. We would have training in things that actually help people and enhance the world. You would know God's purpose for your life. God's purpose for your life is not just to gain knowledge. God's purpose for our life is to gain knowledge and to share that knowledge and to empower people and serve people with the information that He blessed us with the opportunity to get. Plan your career. A second point is to be a top performer in whatever you've decided to do. It's not okay to be average. No, we're talking about increasing our income, maximizing our careers, and maximizing our productivity and our service to the planet. We need to be top performers. Do exactly what you said you were going to do. Be the type of person who cannot go to sleep until what you said you were going to do gets done. I have things I have told people that I'm going to do today. I am not going to sleep tonight until all of what I said I was going to do gets done. That's top performance. That doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. That means we've made a commitment to performing on the top of our game and providing exactly what we promised, doing exactly what you said you would do, knowing your responsibilities, knowing your regulations, knowing the guidelines of your career, and living within and working within those guidelines. So in the first, we want to plan our careers. We want to be top performers. A third point is to find someone that believes in you. If you work for someone, find a supervisor or someone above your supervisor or someone in high management that believes in you. Meet them. Let them get to know what you're doing. Explain your aspirations, your goals, because we've planned our career. So when we meet people, we can tell them what exactly we need from them, what exactly we want, what exactly we can contribute, how exactly we can help the company, right? If you're in business for yourself, we have that extra challenge because we're already, you're a rarity. There are very few Black women on this planet that do what I do on this level and own their own registered investment advisory firm. I realize that I have a responsibility to be a pioneer for all Black people in financial services and keep my head up and be accountable and be responsible. We all have that responsibility, I believe, and I write that in the book. I write that. We have a responsibility to make it better for the next person that is watching us. And if you cannot do your best, remove yourself from the situation so that the other Black person that wants that opportunity can take advantage of it without having the negativity of you not appreciating that opportunity. So find someone that believes in you in your career area. In the area that knows what you can contribute, what you can, and they believe in you. Find a person who can basically do a commercial for you, stand up for you. You know, and they say, thank you, Ms. Cotman. Oh, thank you. You're so pop. Thank you. She said, I do it well. You know, find someone who believes in you. Preferably within the business, preferably within the corporation where you are, within the school system, within the government, within somewhere that is in a position to help you. It really makes a difference. Or you can say they're your mentor, or but find someone that believes in you and develop a sincere relationship with them so that you can help each other. A fourth point is to learn how to be unreasonable. I remember, through my entire career, people have told me that's not reasonable. When I said I'm going to start a firm, that I remember having people tell me, well, Black people don't have any money. They're not going to invest with you. Black people are not going to help you. It's not going to work. I did it anyway. I was unreasonable. They would say, you're too young. I was in my 20s. You're too young to start. And now that is a major advantage for me, that I've been doing this since I was in my 20s. That which is unreasonable becomes the best thing about you. You have to dare to be unreasonable. The fact that when I was married and we had a child and he left, people said this business will not work. I had an accountant that told me, just go get a job. That's too much. It was unreasonable, but I've still done it. I did not give up. Be unreasonable in your expectations for your career, your business, when you go in there and you ask for a raise, don't ask for the reasonable raise. Make them say that's unreasonable. They go, that's 2 levels. Those are levels that they created. People jump 2 levels, 3 levels. Of course, yeah, that's unreasonable, but that's how good you are. Be unreasonable. Get to know how fantastic you are so you can have extreme expectations. Ask for it. Be unreasonable. Do it. And then my fifth point is to question your thoughts, right? When those things, when you're having thoughts, doubts about yourself that, I did get a degree in this, but I can just do something else. Question that thought. Yeah, I did get a degree in this, but I do want to do this, and well, I better stick it over here because they'll never hire me in this. Question that thought. Why is that? What's that about? And I mean, we have people in our community who don't feel that anybody is going to make money unless they have like multiple degrees. But you see that there are so many, some of the richest white people I know, most of the richest white people that I know, that we all know of, didn't even finish college. And we want to think, oh, that's just because they're white. I don't believe that. I believe that they put all their energy in becoming the best, the top performer in what they did, because there's a whole bunch of poor white people, and there's some rich white people, and there's poor black people, and there's rich black people. And we should know we deserve to be among them. We deserve to be among them. And all of us have taken our hits. But you know what? It's about time for me to get sick and tired of having to deal with all of these hits that I've taken. I'm sick of it. Now I just go through, like, we need to start putting our black arm up and jabbing all the way through the rest of our lives, because we got to get, it's over for that. Over for that. Question our thoughts of, because we've been through so much, that's why we don't make that much money. Because we've been through this, that's why we're not going to be able to become principal, because you don't have this, and this. That's not true. I remember when this guy became president of Virginia State, and he was an accountant for the state, and the board of directors put that man right as the president of that college. Now, my father had been president of the college, but my father had a PhD. So my father thought that that's what the requirement was for that to be that president. But then after he saw, like 10 years later or so, they had a president, he didn't even have a PhD. Everybody was talking about it. They got buildings named after that man now. He did that thing. Now he got his doctorate later and they paid for it. But don't make up stuff. The Richmond City schools in Virginia, they have a superintendent that does not have a PhD. So somebody was talking one day about him, and they said, oh, he doesn't even have, a PhD. He doesn't even have a doctorate, and he's the principal. And he's a superintendent, and I'm like, that's a hurdle that we created for ourselves. That's a requirement that's created, but obviously it's not in the job description. So when we decide that those are things that in our own head, that's why we gotta be careful of our thoughts. That was why it was a key question, what you think. You're making this up. And I write about that in the book. Stop thinking what I'm saying? Think about what you're thinking about. We gotta change how we're thinking. You're making it up. Look, I'm not even supposed to be doing this, right? I'm doing it. So there's some white guy came to see me last week. He was coming in and telling me about his product. He wants to tell my clients about the product and this and that. And he said, just tell me, why did you think about starting a registered investment advisory firm in 1995? Nobody was doing it back then. And he said, everybody's doing it now. Nobody's doing it back then. And I said, man, I don't know. I just said, what do I do to do this on my own, to be independent, to build my firm for the future? And I talk to people and they say, hey, open up do a registered investment advisory firm. Boom, I go to the state. Now it would be so much harder. But I got in. I wasn't worried about what everybody else was doing. I wasn't thinking about the fact that nobody else was doing it. I just did it. I had to question. Oh, thank you, Ms. Davis. She said the book is amazing. It made me look at my finances differently. Amen. Yes, indeed. When I read the book, it makes me look at my finances differently. I go, yes, 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 and yes. Writing that book changed my entire life. We have to walk like we talk. We have to walk like we talk. And I'm going to tell you, ladies, everything that I'm telling you here, this is a key part of my life. If you know me, you know that I plan my career. I am seriously determined to be a top performer, that I believe that it is very hard as a Black woman to find someone that believes in you, but you have to do it. And that is what my clients do for me. That is the only reason I'm still in business, because referrals. I found people that believe in me and tell their friends about me, and that's how I built my firm. And then be unreasonable. I am unreasonable. You know I'm unreasonable. And I question my negative thoughts. I question all those thoughts. I remember when I first did my hair like this, and my family said, people won't like that. I cut all the perm out, but that's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do. And I was thinking, maybe people won't like this. And then I said, shut that up. You know that this is where your hair's got to be, or you're going to be bald, so you better do what you got to do. Everybody else can do whatever they can do, but you got to live within your guidelines, your purpose, and what you can do. This is all I can do with my little soft hair. Thank goodness I humbled myself and said, this is what I got to do. And now what? 20 years later, everybody's doing it. So you got to question yourself when you have these unreasonable thoughts about what you can't do. Or what rules. Don't make them up. Don't make up rules for yourself. Don't. And then my final point is to stop limiting yourself based on your past. It happened. It happened. It happened. But we gotta stop. You see people on TV, they were crackhead, prostitute, go to jail, come out, and they're successful. Because they did what? They had a plan. They became a top performer. They believed in themselves. They were, it was unreasonable for them to think that they would become a multimillionaire. But look at them. Look at them. Because they had to stop thinking about their past, and they had to start thinking about what they want, what the world needs from me. It's bigger than me. When I go on television, I don't even think about myself anymore. And I get really mad when I start thinking about, like, is my fro out, or is there something here? Like, I think about that after I look at the video. But when I get on there, when I'm really in my zone, all I'm thinking about, like right now, is what am I supposed to do to help you be all that you can be? That's it. Because you deserve nothing more than you do not, I would be limiting you if all I'm thinking about right now is if my lipstick is straight, if my earrings look all right, my eye is pink, and I should, you know what I mean? And I shouldn't even do the video because I don't know what's up, and the allergies are tripping with my eye. That's not. All of the things that go wrong, I realize, are because that's the challenge that I have. And that's why it's so important that I push through and that I forget about it. I forget about me, and I think about you. And you got to forget about you, and you got to think about me. What do I need you to be? What do I need you? Because I need you to be wealthy and rich so that I can invest your money. So I need you to be all that you can be so that we can all grow together. Right? So finally, plan your career, be a top performer, find someone who believes in you, be unreasonable, question your thoughts, and stop limiting yourself based on your past experiences or past performance. Don't limit yourself. I appreciate you. You have to have, Ms. Davis said, you have to have crazy faith that you will be successful. I know that's right. Crazy faith. Speak. Yes. Yes, indeed. Thank you, sisters. Y'all are the best. Have crazy faith, like Miss Davis said, and believe that you will be successful. Do it, ladies. Wednesday night at 9. We're going to do a little later on Wednesday. I'll remind you. Wednesday night. Y'all have a good night. Thank you for your time. This was Women in Wealth. We'll do it again next week. God bless y'all.